Hello my dears, and welcome back to my corner of the internet. I'm Shannon, and today I've got another book talk video to share with you guys. And today we are talking about Wake Up and Open Your Eyes by McLeod Chapman. Now, this is a book talk video. They normally run longer. This one will not, because most of the things that happen in this book I can't tell you about because you just can't talk about those kind of things on YouTube. So it's going to be shorter. We're not going to be going point by point, but I'm going to tell you a brief synopsis, and then I'll give you my thoughts on the things I can give you my thoughts about. So basically, this book is going to be incredibly polarizing. It's social horror. It's political horror. It's something that feels very topical. For what's going on in America right now in the United States. And some people are going to love it and some people are going to hate it. Also, I will tell you that even if you're of the political persuasion that would agree with this, it's also extreme horror, so you might be put off by that as well. So those are just two things to keep in mind. Now, this book came in the mail yesterday. I was already reading a different book. I was reading it. This came in the mail. I was sitting in my car waiting to go to lunch with a friend, and I just picked it up and I just opened it and started reading the first page just to like get the vibes, you know, and I didn't put it down again. Even when I would put it down, it was just for a couple of minutes and then I'd pick it back up. I was hooked. It had me by the throat from page one. So basically what you have here is there's a news network in America in this book, and it's called Fax, F-A-X, Fax News. And it's a conservative Republican news network. And our main character here, Noah, he's been getting some really weird phone calls from his mom over the past few weeks. And she keeps telling him that the great reawakening is coming and he needs to be ready. And she's getting more and more frantic, right? Like as time goes on, as they're getting closer to this date that she believes this great reawakening is going to be happening. And so he's ignoring a lot of these voicemails because he doesn't even know how to talk to her about this. Because like the mom and dad, but especially the mom that he knew as a kid, she's gone. She is gone. And it's been incredibly, incredibly difficult for him. And the descriptions of that in the beginning of the book is very sad. It's very sad. So he has lost his parents completely in brainwashing to this alt-right conservative news network that is spreading a lot of hate and misinformation. So eventually he tries to call his parents back. He can't get a hold of them. He calls his brother, can't get a hold of him. So he decides he's going to drive to like 7 hours to his parents' house to find out what is going on and to make sure that they're okay. They're elderly. He's very concerned. So he drives there. He tells his wife and his kid, like, I'll be back. It's December 20th. He's like, I'll be back before Christmas. Don't you worry. And he leaves. When he gets there, he finds their home in shambles. It's pitch black except for TVs. There's a TV in every room playing this news network. The house is in shambles. They are in shambles. And after a while, they attack him. And then after that, we kind of switch perspectives. And we get the perspective of Noah's brother's family. So Noah's brother, Asher, his wife, Devin, and their two kids, Caleb and Marcus. And we go back in time a little bit to like the beginning or middle of November. And we sort of work our way up to now, December 20th. Because this family, the four of them, are also going to be greatly affected by this news network. And you get to see it, how it infiltrates their lives in different ways. And we'll get into that more now in a minute when we move on to the spoiler section. And then it goes back to Noah again. And so it's like, it's gruesome. It's very gruesome. It's disgusting. It's gruesome. The horror is visceral and it is guttural and it is extreme. It's extreme. but which I don't tend to love all the time, but it works in this. It takes what's happening to the most extreme, right, alt-right conservatives. It takes that and then amps it up to 1,000,000, but in between those really terrible, violent scenes, the talks and the thoughts and the discussions, it's so topical and it's so on the nose and it's so scarily accurate, we'll say. I don't know yet what I'm going to rate this. I enjoyed it. Like I said, it had me from page 1, and it was hard for me to put it down. I enjoyed it. I didn't love the some of the scenes. There was one scene at the beginning that involves Noah's mother, and it's awful. It's awful. But that said, the social commentary in this book is so interesting, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this book. And I think this is the UK cover, because the US cover, I think, it's got the family at the table and their faces are like TV screens or something like that. So, but this is, I think that, yeah. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here. But I enjoyed it a great deal. I think I'm going to give it 4 stars, maybe 5 stars. I think it was masterfully done, what he set out to do and what he accomplished. I've read one other book from this author, Ghost Eaters, and I didn't love that one. I enjoyed it. It was fine, but it wasn't a favorite of mine. This one might be in my top list of the year, and I know it's crazy talk in January, February. But I thought it was great. And like I said, it's not going to be for everyone. It might not be for you, but maybe it is. But no going in. If you've got triggers, you don't like extreme horror, skip it. You don't need to read it. Off you go. But I'm going to get into now some of the more, I say spoilers, but again, we're not going to be getting too in depth. But if you don't want to hear any of them, now's the time to click away. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Anyway, what I was going to say about the family members is I thought it was so interesting how it kind of looks at how they're each infiltrated, like in Noah's brother's family. So there's Asher and Devin and then Caleb. Those are really the 3. Marcus, he's too little. He's not getting his information off of social media. And that's where it gets you. Because at its heart, this is a demon possession story. This is demons using social media, especially alt-right social media like Fax News, which of course is Fox News, Twitter, Instagram, things like that, to infiltrate people who are easily taken once they've been brainwashed, So like for the dad, and I thought it was interesting, and I thought it gave an interesting perspective. So for the dad, he's a liberal, he watches, or at least a moderate, he watches CNN all the time, but then one night he watches Facts, and it kind of gets him. And at first he's like, this is so dumb, like they're not even reporting the news, they're just angry, they're just spewing this hatred. But it gets his heart racing, and it gets his blood pumping, and like when your life can sometimes slip into the mundane day to day, this gets him going. And at first it kind of starts off as a joke, but then he starts watching it every night until it gets him. Then for his wife, she watches a lot of Instagram wellness influencers, because sometimes the like crunchy mom wellness influencer to alt-right conservative pipeline is real. It's not always, of course, and that's how they get her. And then for the son, he's like 16 years old, doesn't really have any friends, feels like a loner, a loser. He gets on Twitter, and one day he tweets like, I wish people could see me, or something like that. And then these people start reaching out to him, and that's how they get him through that. And they build up his rage, and like, you deserve to be seen. You're going to make them pay. They're going to finally pay attention to you and listen to you. And I thought that was so interesting. Other than that, I can't really tell you the things that happens in this book. You'll just have to read it. or not. But yeah, I thought it was really well done, and I enjoyed it. And I think Clay's a great writer, and I'll look forward to reading more from him in the future. But yeah, that's I think that's gonna do it for me for today. I hope you guys are having a great weekend, and I will see you again really soon.